Something was recorded at a lake, and no one can fully explain it. Tonight, we're diving into a series of mysterious encounters caught on camera. Each clip becomes stranger, darker, and harder to dismiss. From subtle movements in the distance to moments that feel painfully real. And remember, these clips are ordered from the least terrifying to the one that will keep you thinking long after the video ends. Stay until the final case, because what happened there is truly disturbing. Number 15. In 2017, on the remote island of Seram in Indonesia, a fisherman noticed something massive floating in the dark. At first, he thought it was a stranded ship, but when dawn finally broke, the truth was far more unsettling. A colossal creature, red, decaying, and larger than anything the locals had ever seen, lay drifting along the coastline. Its sheer size stunned the entire village. Experts arrived, but even they struggled to identify it at first glance. Was it a giant squid, a decomposed whale, or something else entirely, carried from the deep by unseen currents? What everyone agreed on was simple. This was not something you expect to find at the edge of a quiet island. Number 14. In 2024, a woman from Huntington, West Virginia, captured something unnerving while walking near Ritter Park before dawn. At first, she thought it was just a person crossing the trail, but then she noticed the shape. A tall, dark figure with a stark white stripe along its back moved with tense, rigid motions. Nothing like a human, nothing like the local wildlife. The creature never turned toward the camera. It simply kept walking, slow and deliberate, as if aware it was being watched, but unwilling to stop. By the time authorities arrived, it was gone. No tracks, no fur, no explanation. Neighbors searched the area for days, trying to match it to any known animal. None succeeded. To this day, no one in Huntington agrees on what was actually recorded. Only one thing is certain. Ritter Park has never felt the same after that night. Number 13. In early 2025, a resident of Pueblo, Colorado, noticed something moving near her backyard fence after midnight. At first, she assumed it was a stray dog, but when she zoomed in, the shape didn't match anything familiar. A thin, silent figure with unusually small eyes walked across the yard, slow, cautious, and oddly upright at times. Its posture and proportions didn't align with local wildlife, yet nothing in the footage suggests anything supernatural either. The clip spread quickly online, with some comparing it to the mythical chupacabra, while others insisted it must be a distorted angle or an animal with mange. Local authorities couldn't identify it, and wildlife experts who reviewed the footage admitted the silhouette was difficult to match with any known species. Still, nothing else like it has been recorded in the neighborhood since. Whatever was captured that night in Pueblo remains uncertain. Number 12. A homeowner recorded a moment he never expected while cleaning his front gate. As he wiped the metal bars, an enormous spider, far larger than anything he had seen in the area, suddenly emerged from the upper corner. It moved slowly, deliberately, almost as if scanning the surroundings before deciding its next step. The creature's legs extended unnervingly far across the frame, giving the impression of something far bigger than a typical house spider. Yet the footage doesn't allow a clear scale comparison, leaving viewers divided. Some believe it could be a common species distorted by perspective, while others insist its size looks anything but ordinary. The resident backed away without provoking it. Within seconds, the spider disappeared behind the gate, quiet, controlled, and without leaving a trace. Until today, no one has managed to identify it with certainty. Number 11. On a quiet highway in Mexico, a couple pulled over after noticing something standing at the edge of the road. At first, they thought it was just a person, until the figure didn't move, not even an inch. Its rigid posture and strangely distorted silhouette immediately set off alarm bells. The couple whispered in panic, their voices trembling as they tried to make sense of what they were seeing. Some viewers later described the figure as a possible nahual, a shape-shifting spirit from regional folklore. But the video itself doesn't offer enough detail to confirm anything. The shape remains still, undefined, and unsettling. What is clear is the reaction of those recording. Genuine fear. A fear that came not from what the figure did, but from what it refused to do, move. To this day, no official explanation has been given.
Mira! Oh, no, 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 no. Ve! Ay, Dios mío, ve! No manches, ve!
Number 10. Deep on a remote jungle road. A short recording captured something that instantly unsettled everyone who watched it. Between the thick bushes, a snake-like creature slithered forward, its movement unmistakable, except for one detail. It appeared to have 3 heads. Each head shifted independently, weaving through the foliage as the witnesses stumbled backward in fear. The footage is brief and low quality, offering no clear indication of whether this was a rare mutation, an optical illusion, or simply an animal tangled in debris. But the panic in the voices of those filming is undeniable. They weren't just confused, they were terrified, unsure if they were looking at a deformity of nature or something that should never have surfaced at all. Number 9. A security camera overlooking an empty roadway captured a fleeting but unsettling figure crossing from one side to the other. Its movement was quick, agile, and unnervingly precise. Nothing like a person, nothing like a known animal. The silhouette showed a long tail, a forward-leaning posture, and a sharply defined shadow. Details that reminded many viewers of a small velociraptor, as if something prehistoric had slipped through the dark for just a few seconds. The footage has been reviewed multiple times, with experts and amateurs offering explanations ranging from a misidentified animal to a trick of perspective. Yet none of those explanations fully match what the camera recorded. What remains is a brief, clean, and unaltered clip, one that has never been conclusively debunked. Whatever crossed that road did so with purpose, and vanished just as quickly. Number 8. During a live news broadcast covering a river overflow, the cameraman unintentionally captured something standing just a few steps away from him, something no one on set noticed in real time. There, on the same staircase, a figure with smooth, wet-looking skin and an inhuman body shape appeared briefly beside the railing. Its proportions were narrow, its posture rigid, and its head angled strangely, almost as if adapting to the light of the camera. Some viewers described it as an aquatic being, pointing to its texture and morphology. Others suggested it could be a distortion caused by movement and low resolution. The clip is shaky, chaotic, and filmed under extreme conditions, making any definitive identification impossible. But what makes this case stand out is simple. Whatever that figure was, it was right next to the cameraman, close enough to touch, yet no one seemed aware of its presence. The broadcast continued normally. The questions came later. Number 7. In a remote village in Iran, a man reported an encounter that left him shaken and confused. While walking near the edge of the mountains, he noticed a small, dark shape moving between the rocks. Too low to be a person, too deliberate to be an animal. As it approached, he realized the creature was completely covered in thick black hair. Its body was compact, almost spherical, except for 2 small, pale hands extending from the fur. According to his account, the being never spoke or made any threatening move. It simply observed him for a moment, its tiny white hands shifting gently, and then, just as quietly, it turned and climbed back toward the mountains, disappearing into the brush. The footage shows only a dark, hairy mass with faint arm-like movements. No face, no eyes, no clear anatomy to identify. Some call it a hoax, others a misidentified animal. But the strangeness of those small, delicate hands has kept the clip alive online. Number 6. And a father was walking through the woods with his two children when something unexpected froze him in place. The kids weren't alone anymore. Standing beside them was a small, strange figure, its skin gray and smooth, almost metallic, and its legs covered by what looked like tiny black shorts. The children seemed unaware of any danger. They just stared at it, as if it were another playmate. The being didn't move aggressively. It simply stood there, its posture stiff, its proportions unlike any known animal or puppet. The father began recording out of fear, unsure whether he was witnessing a prank, a costume, or something far more unsettling. Online, some viewers insist it looks like an extraterrestrial-type figure. Others argue it might be a cleverly staged illusion. The footage is brief and shaky, offering no definitive answers. But one detail is hard to ignore. Whatever that creature was, it was close, too close to his children for comfort. Number 5. A group of people discovered something unsettling, hidden inside several black plastic bags. When they pulled one open, they found what looked like a dark, demonic creature staring back at them. Its skin appeared pitch black, its eye a vivid, unnatural red, and its face twisted into a shape difficult to interpret. The object, or creature, lays partly exposed, a snarling mouth, protruding teeth, and what seems to be a horn or elongated appendage emerging from the side. The lighting is harsh and the angle irregular, making it impossible to confirm whether this is a practical effect, a sculpture, or something else entirely. What stands out most is the immediate reaction of the people filming, fear mixed with confusion. They don't get close, they don't touch it. They simply record, unsure if they've stumbled onto a prop, a hoax, or something far more disturbing. Number 4. During a boat tour along the Amazon River, a group of tourists captured something gliding just beneath the surface, something large enough to break the calm water in a slow, unsettling motion. For a brief moment, a long, dark shape emerged. Its appearance suggested a mix between a serpent and a lizard, with a body that moved in fluid waves, yet seemed thicker and more structured than any typical snake. The tourists can be heard reacting with confusion rather than panic, unsure of what they were witnessing. The creature never fully rises, revealing only enough to leave its form ambiguous. There's no clear head, no visible limbs, only the strange, scaled-like texture and the unnatural movement pattern. Some viewers believe it could be a massive eel or a river reptile caught at the perfect angle. Others argue the shape looks too uniform, too controlled, as if something else was navigating below the surface. Until now, no definitive identification has been made. Number 3. A team of explorers ventured into a remote underground cave when their flashlights caught something massive resting against the stone. At first, they thought it was just a rock formation, until it moved. What they recorded appears to be an enormous, serpent-like creature with features reminiscent of a dragon. Its body rose from the cave floor to about waist height on the explorers, and its length vanished into the darkness behind it, impossible to measure. Two reflective eyes glimmered in the beam of the camera, followed by a wide, ridged head and thick scale-like skin coated in mud. The creature remained still, almost blending with the cave walls, making it difficult to determine whether it was alive, dormant, or simply shaped by shadows. Online, some viewers insist it's a natural formation, mistaken for a creature. Others argue the symmetry and eye reflections are too precise to dismiss. The footage ends when the team retreats, quietly and very quickly. Number 2. In a restricted desert zone in the United States, a man captured footage that quickly ignited debate online. In the distance, just beyond a forming tornado, an enormous skeletal figure walked slowly across the landscape. Its body appeared unnaturally tall, supported by 4 extremely long limbs that bent at sharp, unsettling angles. Where a head should be, there was only a long, curved structure, like an elongated neck ending in nothing. The creature's movement was calm, almost solemn, giving the impression of something ancient crossing a place humans were never meant to enter. The location itself, reportedly a no-access government area, only added more speculation. Some viewers insist it must be AI-generated or digitally altered. Others point out the lighting and environmental integration look surprisingly consistent with the storm around it. With the available footage, there's no way to confirm either claim. What remains is a disturbing, silent figure walking toward a land swallowed by chaos. Whether real or manufactured, still unexplained. Number 1. This photograph captures a tense moment at the edge of a wooden dock. Two dogs stand at the platform, one light-colored, one dark, alert and focused on something emerging from the water. A small blue boat rests against the dock, partially obscured by the commotion. Rising from the lake is a massive shark-like creature with its jaws wide open, exposing rows of teeth. Its body appears muscular, with the upper half lifted above the surface as if lunging toward the dock. The scene is misty and slightly blurred, making it difficult to determine scale or authenticity. The creature's posture and the dog's reactions add to the intensity, but without additional context, it's unclear whether this is a staged composition, an edited image, or a genuine capture of an unusual moment. What is visible is straightforward, a large aquatic animal shape emerging from the water, two dogs facing it, and a dockside scene frozen at what appears to be the peak of danger. Nothing more can be confirmed from the image alone.